100 is a significant milestone, whether it be age, television series, chicken nuggets eaten. It's a lot. If you'd have asked me all those months, just about 16 or so now, that we'd take a closed table, in-house game and recreate it into a podcast, which spawned another campaign, a Patreon account, and collected some of the best fans and supporters that I've ever encountered, I don't know if I'd have believed that anyone would have put up with it, to be honest. But here we are, 100 episodes. I still find it a bit surprising that my group was willing to endure all the changes as my dining room table became the podcast's main stage. The mics, the cords, the constant swapping of equipment and process work to make what would become a group who entertains listeners each week. Now, at first, the shows came out twice a month, as I struggled to figure out how to get through edits and make things sound reasonably clean through a pair of speakers on my nearby desk. I would eventually expand and upgrade our sound, and as each mic multiplied into 2, players got more of a handle on their characters and how to make the sound work for them. The New York chapter of Masks of Nyarlathotep began, and I felt like everything was finally working for us as a crew. And then COVID arrived, and it smashed our process. I remember the day that I made the call. It was close to a year ago from the day I'm writing this. Cases were on the rise, and my job had begun canceling all my trips. For somebody who used to travel 75% of the time for work, when your manager contacts you and says that word came down from above them that as a company we were going completely remote as quickly as possible so that we didn't come into contact or spread this new disease, I was shocked. You know, at the time, I didn't believe it in some ways. I still can't fathom all we've lost as a planet at this point. The process that our lives have had to go through in the past calendar year plus has been nothing like anyone in my generation or the younger generations or even the older generation for that matter has ever had to deal. And it's something that as we get to 100 episodes, it shouldn't be as big of a subject matter in this little anthology remembrance. But it is. Because for a multitude of good reasons, the podcast as a group decided to go fully remote. We changed our process again. We retooled and started delivering our content in a new way. So far, this method has worked, and it's worked okay, I think. I think there's a lot of things I would like to change about it, but I have to be patient. And at some day, soon, I hope, the Mask Crew will be back together, in person, and ready to deliver in a new studio with memories of our year apart. And I can't really go talking about 100 episodes without talking about the Orient Express crew as well, because they are as much a part of this as the other team. And as much as it might seem crazy to run 2 massive campaigns at the same time, and it is, they are such a joy and a wonder to play with. Each one has their own style and method of approaching playing their investigators. They've helped me in ways they can't even perceive yet. And setting up to run Orient Express gave me the opportunity to give each one their own prelude and begin the plot weave before they'd even played a single session together. Not a single one of them knew what had happened in the other's prelude. When you hear them play Season 1, Episode 1 of the Orient Express, it's the first time they're all sitting down together to record a session. And I think you can't buy that magic. We've had a glorious time so far, and I look forward to each new Orient Express episode, as I know some of you do as well. So in closing, 100 episodes isn't possible without players willing to play. And they deserve all the credit in the world for agreeing to accompany me on this crazy expedition. As we grow and change in the next 100 episodes, I hope we get to play some great new games. I hope we get to showcase other players you've never heard, even play with some other podcast folks who might stop by. For now, I wish you all the wealth and happiness I can. Our backers have energized the show, and the Discord community is growing in new ways, both of which I'm exceedingly happy to see. And so, before I sign off, before I go back to my editing room, I wanted you to have the opportunity to hear from them and get their response to being on a podcast that's made it 100 episodes.
It's hard to believe we've been around for a century now, but it's amazing. And I think we should do another century.
No, not years, episodes, man.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems like it's been longer. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was 2020, which was like 15 years. So
that must be what it is. No, I think 100 episodes is fantastic. I look forward to the next 100 and probably 100 after that.
That would be ideal. We'd probably get through this campaign in 300 episodes.
Maybe.
Will we all be alive after that?
Doubtfully.
Probably not.
Very, very doubtful.
No, I think 100 episodes is
will.
great. I think that it's been a fun ride, and hopefully everybody's been enjoying the ride with us. And here's to another couple hundred more.
Clink.
if you'd have told me that this would have lasted 100 episodes, I'd have frankly laughed at you. Thank you to the fans for supporting us for the 100 episodes, and hopefully we just continue doing a good job for you.
Yeah, not only do we have 100 episodes, we have fans. That's weird and awesome.
I agree. That is still fairly odd. Great, but odd.
And I love them all.
I always knew I had fans, but,
I was convinced from the start that we would collect fans along the way. Strange people, loving people, and good people. Just a mix, kind of a cornucopia of all of that.
I'm just selfishly happy to be reunited with the group that left me behind so long ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, the pain is so real.
But that time has come and gone, and now I'm here, and I got to skip all of the character development stuff, so I got to hop on the train while it's still moving. Convenient. Everybody's got history. Everybody's got baggage.
We have character development waiting for you. Just don't think we don't.
I'm ready. My body is ready. Hopefully, listeners are ready.
Get the hot oils out.
It's not character development they want from the listeners want from Simone, Alex.
On that note,
I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. It's we've been doing this for a few months now. I mean, obviously we've not been doing it for 100 episodes, but it's kind of exciting to be part of something like, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't have any great insights, I'm afraid.
I try to differentiate between the two groups as far as that goes. You're all kind of part of the mix. You're like a good salad. Everybody's playing a part. Everybody's playing a role. Rena, so far you're the only one who has guest starred on both shows, so you have a bit of exclusivity there.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome to be part of both, even in some small way on Masks. So just really enjoying being part of the show in so many different ways. And on the one hand, it feels like only 100 episodes, and on the other hand, it's 100 already. So it's that kind of weird time dilation feeling.
Yes, myself included. All right, Giles, what do you think?
I'm loving it. I was out of role playing for quite a while, and then I got back in within the last year, and I'm having a blast. It's fun playing with all of you. This is probably one of the top 2 groups I've ever played in.
Oh, thank you. That's high praise. I know. I'm sure you've played with many groups over the years, so good
Well,
to be among the tops.
The other one was college, and that's just because you do it for 4 years with the same group of people. So
Understandable. All right, Miranda.
Well, I will say I never thought I'd be on a serious podcast. I thought for sure I'd land myself on like a comedy podcast. But no, it's been absolutely great. I probably couldn't ask for a better group of people to play with. And it's definitely, we have had our laughs, shared our laughs. It's the humor of the show is a different caliber than what I'm probably used to, but I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely something different. And the way I see it is more of an audio drama in the sense that there are characters and stories, and I think we have our fun.
Yeah.
I don't know that all of our fun necessarily makes it to air, but we have our fun, and it's been quite the ride so far. All right, Martin.
Yeah, so good question. I've deliberately not listened to Masks, so I don't spoil it. So I guess for me, it doesn't seem like we're anywhere near 100, though I know the podcast is.
I do.
Yeah. It's my first Call of Cthulhu campaign, so I'm probably the newest role player, I think, in the group. So it was about a year ago now. I was about to walk into a friendly local game store and find out what was going on there. I heard that they had a Facebook group and there were some games going on there, and then obviously everything happened, and I sort of ended up here, which is a good place to be. So still no tabletop games to compare anything with, but I'm having a great time.
Thank you. I like the idea of "and then everything happened," just because if someone listens to this without knowledge in 20 or 30 years of the difficulties that we've all faced over the last year, people will think maybe like there was an alien invasion or something, or that no, or maybe the zombies came back or something like that. That's fun.
Well, that didn't happen.
Well, I'm just saying it's precisely. It's been a joy to have you all as this kind of motley crew that we've cobbled ourselves into. It's really been quite a pleasure for me to be your keeper in this regard, because I think you all bring something a little different, and we make quite the soup, as I thought we might.
You're awesome, Mike.
I'm a work in progress.
No, you're doing an awesome job keeping both groups together, all the editing, everything else. So seriously, kudos to you, sir.
Sanity awry on the floor somewhere, just unable to be found most days.
That's for your wife and Kara to take care of, not us.
Yeah, I'll second that, Giles. Definitely, the huge amount of work you put into this, and more power to you, although, mate.
Yeah. No, I think in the end, what is evident, hopefully, to our listeners is that we try to present the best show we possibly can on a given week that they listen, and if we can offer them in these times any method of escaping where they are physically by transporting them all over the European continent, then by gods, that's what we're going to do. And there you have it. So from all of us to all of you, we'll see you in the next 100.